Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with young left back Alejandro Bade, as it has been reported that manager Xavi could start the 18-year-old La Masia graduate at right back against Real Madrid next week. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about this report, let me that Barcelona set Champions League goal amid dressing room fear over Bayern vs Inter results. We are also going to be discussing on that. So, guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification so you always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With less than a week remaining before the lock horns with Real Madrid, the pressure is growing at FC Barcelona as they look to secure a crucial win in the first El Clasico of the season. Barcelona are coming on the back of a narrow 1-0 victory over Celta last night that helped them remain at the top of the table. But with several defenders still sidelined due to injuries, Xavi faces a selection dilemma. The right-back area in particular remains a headache for the Barcelona coach as Hector Bellerin has been ruled out due to injury. Ronald Araujo too is out after undergoing surgery, while Jules Koundé is recovering from an injury, effectively leaving Sergio Roberto as the only reliable option at right-back. However, according to Alfredo Martinez, Xavi will not depend on Roberto to operate as the right back against Real Madrid. Instead, he is going to deploy the young Alejandro Bade in the position as a makeshift. This comes in the aftermath of Bade's decent performance against Celta Vigo at the weekend. The young star was deployed in the alien right back role ahead of Roberto, like he was against Mallorca a week ago. But he did rather well, looking quite comfortable, rotating the play and putting his dynamism on to the fore. Xavi will be expecting a similar level of quality from Bade when he features against Real Madrid this weekend. The La Masia graduate has been one of the finds in the season in La Liga so far, but the majority of his performance has came in his preferred left-back slot. Hence, accustoming himself on the opposite flank, especially in the backdrop of Vinicius Junior's presence, will be quite a challenge for young Bade. Xavi, though, always has the option of bringing in Sergio Roberto. The Spaniard offers a lot more experience to the table, although his relatively lack of mobility could serve as a bottleneck in this high-profile encounter. So the first Clasico comes next week Sunday, where it will be so important for Barca to continue leading the table in La Liga, which means we need to win that game. Bade have been good this season. He played right back yesterday. Many people were shocked how Xavi started the game. The lineup was just a type of way, like 3 natural left backs started in the defensive line for Barca, something that have never been done before. And Xavi was highly criticized from the way he structured the defensive line. In fact, the whole lineup was a mess. And that was evident from the way Barca played in the second period, where Celta Vigo dominated most of the game. So this report is claiming that Xavi wants to use Alejandro Bade still as a right back in the upcoming Clasico on Sunday next week. Of course, doing that because Xavi thinks that he is still comfortable playing at right back, even though he's not best compared to his natural left back spot. But Bade is playing comfortably and he's just so good. So this comes as a big blow for Sergio Roberto, who have been the right back for a long time at Barcelona since Valverde's time as manager of the club. And it seems as though Xavi does not have full trust in Roberto in these big games, because Roberto was benched yesterday. Bade was the one playing his role as right back because Hector Bellerin, who is a natural right back as well, Hector Bellerin is injured and he will not be available anytime soon. So let's see how it's going to look like in the first El Clasico of the season. Let's see. As I just earlier said, Vinicius Junior and the guy playing right back, which will be Bade. Bade needs to up his game because Vinicius Junior, we know the kind of player Vinicius is. We quite remember last season, the second Clasico of the season, where we won 4-0 at the Bernabeu. Of course, the person who was playing right back was Ronald Araujo. Of course, in that game, he did so well, especially against Vinicius Jr., where he pocketed him for most of the game. But now seeing Bade likely to play that position again, as he did yesterday, it's going to be somehow, it's doubtful. It's a big question if actually he will be able to handle Vinicius pace-wise and everything like that, you know. So it's going to be intriguing to see how the match plays out. I can't wait to see how it will be, because those are the kind of games that can define your season. We have started our season so well, winning 7 and drawing 1. Winning 7 and drawing 1 is just so amazing, So we just hope to keep it moving. The defense is also solid. Just 1 goal conceded all season, which is amazing, really amazing. So, we hope that we continue to be defensively strong, because that will be so important heading into that first Clasico of the season against Real Madrid. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, following their 1-0 loss away to Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League last week, the pressure is on Barcelona to turn things around in order to avoid another group stage elimination like last season. Barcelona finished third in their group last term behind Bayern Munich and Benfica, and ended up playing in the UEFA Europa League knockout stages. The loss to Inter Milan has left them third in Group C, standings now 6 points shy of leaders Bayern Munich and 3 below the Nerazzurri, who sit second. So it becomes imperative that Barcelona must get all 3 points in the upcoming match against Inter and Spotify Camp Nou on Wednesday. However, Sport claims that the Barcelona dressing room does not want to leave anything to chance with regards to their qualification for the next stage of the competition. The report states that there is a fear within the dressing room that Bayern Munich might drop points against Inter Milan when the two teams face off against each other on the final match day, as their Rotten would want to knock Barca out of the competition. The relationship between the two clubs have become a bit tense over the past year due to Barcelona's pursuit of Robert Lewandowski in the summer transfer window. It was claimed that they were able to smooth things over during a meeting last month with Barcelona played Bayern Munich in the Champions League. However, it seems that Barcelona fear the German champions might still look to exact some measure of revenge by playing a role in their elimination from the Champions League. Hence, the dressing room believe that the only way for them to be sure of qualifying for the next round is by winning all 3 of their remaining matches. In such a case, Barcelona will not have to rely on results elsewhere to be certain of their place in the round of 16. Despite what has been said, it is extremely unlikely that Bayern would willingly drop points even though their qualification for the next round seems given. However, considering that their Rotten's form has been a bit dodgy this term, Inter will fancy their chances against them. Barcelona face Inter Milan up next in the Champions League at Spotify Camp Nou before hosting Bayern Munich later this month. They will wrap up the group stage with an away game against Victoria Pleasant in the month of November. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.